Good morning, Scorpio. Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I am Nicole. Scorpio, this is going to be for your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus for the month of October 2024. Cross watcher, if that is you, welcome to the channel as well. Guys, always discern the messages accordingly. A quick thank you to everybody who's liked, shared, subscribed, commented. We are almost to the 10,000 subscriber mark. That blows my mind. I remember having like 100 people and going like, I don't know, one day, right? Just kind of just rolling with it and seeing what came of it. So it's super exciting for me. It may not seem like a lot in the grand scheme of the whole world, but it means a lot to me. So thank you all very much for your love and support. I could not be more excited and happier about that. For those of you who have booked personal readings, thank you so very much. There are emails that I am working through right now, so if you've not heard back from me, do know a response is coming as well. If you are interested, that information can be found in the description box below, as well as the about section of the page. There's an email in there. Use that to get a hold of me for right now until every day I've worked on something else to make things flow easier. So, excuse me, it's a work in progress. Bear with me, please. All right, and those of you too who have donated to the channel, thank you all so very much for the ways that you support. And even those of you who don't, just you being here, showing up, excuse me, helps so very much. So I appreciate all of you. All right, Scorpio, I'm actually going to do, I just had a feeling, I knew that Scorpio was coming next in these October reads, and lo and behold, your card comes rolling out this morning. So here we are. With that, I'm actually going to take a little bit of a different approach for your reading. We are going to do a section on money/career, general overall, and then love. I don't know why. I feel like all of Scorpio's parts of life are going to be highlighted as we move into October. We are in Libra season, and then we know it's October 22nd, I think. We move into Scorpio season. So I do feel like this is a dawning, a pre-dawning of a new day, Scorpio, for you. So let's get into it. Let's see what comes up in the cards and go from there, right? So fantastic. All right, Scorps, Spirit, and if you hear my stomach growling, I'm so sorry. Like, it's been doing it for like the last 5 minutes. I don't know what's happening. All right, we're going to go with a few different things here. So when it comes to money, we're going to go with this. Hold on, bear with me. Spirit, what are we doing here? I'm listening to the advice of Spirit. Okay, we're going to start. They're telling me start general. I'm like, what is going on here? Give me a second. All right. Spirit's on one this morning. All right, Scorpio, general energy here. What's the overall theme? Scorpio, bye-bye to restrictions. Bye-bye to restrictions. Pay attention to your mental space throughout the month of October. There may be some type of light or some type of going back and thinking about things from the past. For some of you, this could be simply put as reminding yourself where you've come from. I open up these messages, and I will say this real quickly. Thought about saying it, and then I decided not to, but here we are. I'm circling back to it. Somebody said in the comments, I'm 12 minutes in, and I haven't even heard a reading yet. Bullshit. I'm going to tell you something right now. The second this camera turns on, 15 minutes before I sit down to do these readings, I start to pay attention to the downloads, the synchronicities, the things that are coming up. And the things that I talk about in these readings from the moment that I say, hi, so-and-so, welcome to your reading, pay attention. There's a reason. Yes, I introduce myself and whatnot. Yes, I say some repetitive things in every read because it's important for me to disclaim those things to you. But I think for people who are, I'm not saying that these people aren't in tune, but there is a message in everything if you pay attention to it. So, I say to you, like, hey, I remember when I had 100 subscribers as opposed to almost 10,000, the difference. That same energy is coming through as I get ready to say this to you, that you may be looking back at something and realizing, and Scorpio, this has come up recently for you as well, how far you have come. And, there is a grieving process, and I'm no psychologist, right? We know this, that no matter what the changes that we go through in our lives, we grieve the past even if it's difficult. because there's been difficult emotions, there's been difficult things that come up, and we're not sure, you know, what we're doing with that. You know, some people enjoy staying in those comfortable places that are familiarly uncomfortable and yet comfortable, because we know what we're dealing with. So when we look back at those things, we're seeing this as, gee, I remember when things used to be this way versus where I am now. And it's not that we want to go back to those things. It's just simply like, that was a period of time in your life that you probably learned some really hard lessons in very difficult ways. And it is a reminder to you of where you've come from and where you are going and what comes next, you know, what you're manifesting. So I would pay attention to that energy. I got the hiccups. Oh, goodness. So fun fact, I love peppers. They don't love me, and that's what I ate last night. So that's probably what's happening here. Scorpio, meditation and chaos. You need to keep your head on your shoulders in the month of October as well. You are finding peace in any kind of chaos. And I've seen this come up again in some of these prior reads, as well as with some of the personals. You know, everything around you, it could be falling apart. And I don't think that I don't think that it pertains to you, because I do believe that you are taking those lessons, those things you may be, you know, looking at, or maybe even watching the people that were a part of that season in your life. Their shit's fallen, you know, apart or sideways, or, you know, however you want to explain that. But I also think that this storm that is brewing for you, as I say that, keep your head on your shoulders, there comes the High Priestess of Earth, so Earth energy. What was I saying? I don't even know now. I don't know. Scorpio, this is me. Quirky as ever. What else is new? But regardless here, Scorpio, needing to stay grounded and chilled out. Stop it. The dog and the cat are playing. But there's hope and optimism for the future here, Scorpio. Scorpio, this is about your beauty. This is about your optimism. This is about hope and renewal of a future. This is 2 10s closing out. That 33 is a 6. You've got 3 3s here, 2 10s right from the start. 3 3 3 for me has always been answered prayers. And I will say to some of you too, this is also, for some of you, this could be, you know, the best prayers are sometimes left unanswered. Okay, so, you know, discern, obviously. But to me, this is that reflection of the past. This could also be some past soulmate energy coming in, you connecting with soul family. It's like disconnecting from the past, right? And then stepping into new with the future of what comes next here. So, Scorps, I feel like you're kind of in this in-between phase. And as I said, it's like a pre-dawn to your season, which is a new birth for you, right? This is that gateway, that transitional moment for you as we move into your season, your birthday, right? So I would be aware of that. This is about union. This is about the perseverance that you've had. It's almost like, Scorpio, it's like Humpty Dumpty, you know, sat on the wall. You had a great fall, but it's like after that fall, Scorpio, it's like you're picking up yourself, maybe picking up the pieces or what feels like the pieces of certain situations and carrying on and moving forward from that energy. So it is like, you know, in one way, putting yourself back together. And I do think that it is beneficial that you're seeing what works, what doesn't work, and what direction that you want to go. So, you know, I do believe here with what I see that it's also about spirit abundance, financial abundance, security. What makes you feel good? What lights you up? I feel like you're stepping into a very stable part of your life, but this also is going to require a complete release, 909 on the clock, a complete release of the past. You know, disconnecting with people that are not serving of your higher good. Off the papers. Animals. It wouldn't be a Scorpio read without disruption with these two. Swear to goodness. It's like, oh, mom's doing the Scorpio read. Let's cause a ruckus. So, you know, here we are. All right, Scorpio. Money and career and love. Let's see what's coming out in the overall for money for Scorpio throughout the month of October. Community. I think you're being fully supported, Scorpio, by this energy. These are people too, twofold here, Scorps. So for some of you, maybe all of you. Like, I would say there's a lot of coming together. I think you're analyzing, working on things, finding ways to bring people together. I think that people could also, with this thinking woman in the community, people could be coming to you in general, and you could be directing, teaching. There's some type of knowledge or energy that she has with this. 7 and 11, 477 could also be an important number for you as well. But this is an ascension for the collective to rise up and start. It's like what you've learned in that last cycle. What ways are you paying that forward? What are you bringing forward for other people to see, know, to share, to come together? It's like, was it the Beatles? Oh God, Nicole. It was the Beatles. Or no, it wasn't the Beatles. Come together? Was that the Beatles? Oh my God, I can't believe I'm having such a moment. But it is. It's like come together. And I'm hearing over me. I don't know if that's the exact words to that, but come together over me. 17, Scorpio. Okay, so again, would it be a Scorpio read without some fuckery? Probably not. Scorps, again, talking about that past attachment here to the past, it's almost like for some of you, you could be feeling like there is a shadow that kind of lingers. And, this could be people. This could be past projects. This could be the past in general. Because I don't feel like this is, Spirit, this is something that you're leaving behind. So this could be the ghost of the past, right, Scorpio? Like, even as an example, say you did something in your 20s, I don't know, whenever, that maybe wasn't your best self, or you dealt with things that were not beneficial to you. And it's like, I've closed out that mistake or that error or that time in my life so that I can move forward. And it's like, will you stop? Will you quit? Lay down. You close out that error in that time frame in your life. And some of you could be dealing with a little bit of guilt, regret, remorse over what happened, how it happened, how you partook in it. And I do feel like there is somebody or something here, Scorpio, that is trying to hold on to you, maybe for the sake of financial means. When I see that black horse chasing down that white horse, it's like, it gives me this impression of, what do you have to give me, Scorpio? What are you going to give me? What about me? What about me? It's a very selfish sort of energy with this attachment card that comes out at the bottom. Cornucopia, Scorpio, you are reaping the rewards. And, you could have been very much a giver in the past when it comes to finances, and it's not just finances in that. It's your time, energy, and attention to things. Maybe you let people cross those lines. You were more open and didn't have real firm and or strict boundaries in the past. And now you see, again, guilt, regret, remorse of the past, that those things were not serving of you. Yes, you can give. Yes, you can love. Yes, you can do. But what is reasonable in doing so? So I do think that, Scorpio, you are moving into a new way in regards to finances, money, career, right? It's leaving those moments behind. Some of you could be breaking away from coworkers as well at this time. But I think you've also learned a much more, Spirit saying, manageable way to work than you typically had done in the past. It's, work smarter, not harder kind of feel with that. So I do think that, you are taking action towards your dreams. You're taking actions towards the things that would create financial security for you in career or finance or whatever it is, that it's like, it's coming in pure too. It's no longer making deals with the devil to survive. It's making deals with your higher self and going, what do we desire? What do we want? What do we deserve? And moving towards those things. So I think that by actually October 17th, there may be, Spirit is saying, a complete break between you and someone else. Like, I don't know if you're canceling something, closing something out, you just not showing up to a place or for a person or, whatever this might be. Like, it's very clear that your tolerance or participation in something is just not, it's not something you're willing to give anymore. And I keep hearing, why? Like, what about me? Why? What about me? What about you people? What about you, cross watcher? What about you, mom, dad, brother, sister, coworker, friend, family, whatever. Scorpio has to make their way. So do you, so, look, as I said about other people, there you go. So I feel like somebody is trying to hold on to you for the sense of value. It's the man holding a coin with the attachment card. somebody holding on to you for financial reasons. Careful, Scorpio, of who you're giving to, right? You may need to Spirit, reevaluate microscopically who you invest your time into too. It's like, take a look at them as a person, right? It's kind of like, okay, I don't know, but I'm going to use this as the example because I think it's something that everybody's heard about lately. That, hey, quit, lay still, shaking the table, goodness. That, like, this whole thing with Diddy, right? Like, I think we all pretty much know who that is. It's guilt by association. All the people that were attached to him for monetary reasons or gain or whatever the scenario was, right? Like, things will come out in due time. But it's the money, it's the greed, it's the attachment to something that is unhealthy for everybody at hand here. So it's like, and I'm seeing this too with that action to the high priestess of earth, that is our pentacles, our stability, our security. You represented some sort of stability. And it's like, in that, take a look at all of these people, you know, as, you know, our heroes or our music moguls or whatever you want to call it. Like, we're looking at these people like, oh, I love their music, it's great, it's whatever. But who are they? Who are they? Is there something, you know, quote, cryptic in the way they respond to you? Is there something that's cryptic in their actions? Are there things that they're not being transparent about? There is a correlation between those two things in regards to this. So, Scorpio, I will tell you, like, you may, you know, as you engage with people throughout the first couple of weeks of October, you may really want to look at these people and ask yourself, how would you define your relationship with them? Is there something about them that makes you feel uneasy, or they only show up when they need something? But, you know, if you need something at 2 a.m., you know, you call them, they're probably not, you know, not going to answer the phone, kind of thing. So it's not just about the career and the money, Scorpio. It's like they're tied together. They see you as a valuable asset. And I think that your goal is to break free from those situations, to work on your assets, your stability, your security, you giving time and energy and space for yourself as opposed to constantly giving it away. So somebody here is hanging on, you know, spirit for dear life, trying to gain something in that. All right, Spirit, for love strategy, Scorpio. Scorpio, I think somebody is strategically looking at you here. Strategy and caring connection. This is divinely guided, Scorpio. I don't think that you know who this is with that world card, the way it shows up here, sticking out. I think this is also somebody who's had to put theirself back together. A 5, yeah. Like, this is divinely guided. You could be dealing with somebody who is, I don't know if I would say coming out of a divorce situation necessarily. For some, it might be. But this is also, like, somebody who's had to really work their way through some things. And in Scorpio, I do feel like they're looking at you out of genuine, like, there is genuine, oh my God. They're being genuine. We're just going to leave it at that because I can't talk today. I can't pronounce words. Like, I'm done with that. So I do think that somebody is wanting to come in and provide some sort of genuine care, love, compassion. They want to connect with you. Scorpio, for this person, they could feel like you are a million miles away from them. They could feel like, you know, they could meet you, see you, and go, I know that Scorpio's been hurt. I know that Scorpio has, you know, been through some things. Like, it's very clear, this journal, this log is like, there's a lot of history there in regards to why Scorpio is the way that they are, or the way that they move through things, or the way they strategize or plan. But also, this is, you know, again, this is somebody who has gone through it. And I think there's a lot of history there to unpack with that person as well. Some of you, this could be past life soulmate as well, that you've dealt with in, you know, before. Something is, it's almost like I'm hearing like a key unlock. It's almost like hearing like your spouse or somebody come home. I don't know why I want to say that. This person could be Scorpio, quote, coming home to you in some way as well. So we're going to clarify. 20 minutes in already. Oh my God. We're going to clarify and see what comes up here. Spirit's asking me to grab the emotion for this reading for you guys. So let me grab this deck here. I'm going to throw these cards down and then I'm going to clarify and we'll go from there. See, Scorpio, place of remembrance. Going back to that general energy, nostalgia, memory, sentimental childhood reflection. And that's what I said. You could very much be in this space right now of looking back at the past, right? It's that portal, that gateway, that precipice of going from, you know, who you used to be, what you used to deal with, to this new place. And it is a place of remembrance right now. There's a lot of earth energy here with these two cards. Three of them. Where you're trying to, it's weird, Scorpio. I don't know how to explain this in this sense. Elevator, because you're ascending. I told you, you're ascending, and there's the confirmation of that. Couldn't have had two more perfect cards roll out to emphasize and confirm everything that I just said in the general aspect when I opened this reading. Scorpio, this feeling it would be no different if you're a parent whose children have left home. Like, you're so proud of your kids, you're happy for them, you know, you've given them the tools to live this life and step out into this world on their own, and they're excited to go off and, you know, live this life and do things on their terms because they get this sense of freedom, 21:21 on the clock. And then at the same time, when they go into their apartment or their place, you know, mom didn't make dinner. Dad didn't have that evening conversation with me. They're not here. And there's this torn feeling of, I really am glad that I'm doing this by myself, but it's not the same either, right? Or if you've grown up in a house of chaos, to be in a space of silence and peace is kind of alarming because you're used to chaos and turmoil. It's like a shock, Scorpio, to your internal self, to your mind, to your body. Again, I said before, it's coming out of surviving, excuse me, and thriving. And that can be a very precarious place to be in a way when you're not familiar with it, right? So it's getting uncomfortable, Scorpio. It's pushing you to be uncomfortable, but for the right reasons. And it's necessary, right? It's necessary. And I'm going to say even for the parents and that example that I gave, right? You get so used to your kids being home and it's like, yes, tonight I don't have to worry about making dinner because I don't feel like it. I'm tired, right? But then you miss the conversations, you miss the laughter. And if it's, you know, a split up from a significant other and, you know, when that person come home, the unlock of that key, right, of the door, maybe from that point forward, you started walking on eggshells. The second you were good all day until they came home, and now you're, you know, it's almost like you're on edge waiting for that door to unlock for them to come in, but they're gone now. And it's like, I don't have to allow myself to live in fight and flight. Like I can be at peace. And it's like learning to unprogram what has always been. And in that, people, I think, and I've said this quite a bit here lately, I think that people often think that the only way we go through a grieving process, and I'm, again, no psychologist, right? My experience, put it that way, 23:32 on the clock, is that we, no matter what the situation is, when something exits our life in any capacity, whether it's even a daily routine or habit, we go through a grieving process. It is typical human emotion. Look it up. Okay? So it's important to understand that. All right, Spirit. When it comes to money for Scorpio. Heartbreak. Scorpio, I am telling you, museum. You can't make it up. You cannot fucking make it up. Somebody is devastated. I'm going to call it straight devastated when it comes to you walking away from a situation that they were financially gaining from, without a doubt. And then, look here, museum collections. The word collections. It's like they have gained something. They have gained something of value. What sits in a museum? Things of value, right? They have gained from your work. They have gained by, a leeching off of you in some capacity. Again, time, energy, money, career, resources, your investments gave them gave them the opportunity to do better in life because of you. Scorpio, it's amazing what happens when we take the things that were benefiting another person and we put that back into ourselves, how much our lives change. And that's what's happening here. And somebody is absolutely feeling the effects of that energy, okay? And what is the strategy in regards to love for Scorpio? School. Scorpio, I love it. Classroom learning, knowledge acquisition. This is the school of life, Scorpio, when it comes to love. Somebody teaching you what it is to be comfortable in love, what it is to be caring in love. Somebody showing you the luxuries of life. And this could be something as somebody just making you a cup of coffee, right? Me and my coffee, we know that's an example. You know, but it's like being with someone who knows, like, oh, you got to be at work at 7. I know you tend to run behind. I'm going to swing by on my way to work myself and bring you a cup of coffee. Have a wonderful day. Or if you're living with someone, they start to put, stop and think ahead about what you need versus what they need. And it's not them neglecting themselves, but they're going, if I'm going to get myself a cup of coffee, let me get one for Scorpio. I'm going to grab lunch. I'm going to grab lunch for Scorpio. Hey, what can I bring you? I was thinking about you. Like, this is about somebody just genuinely being compassionate and learning about you. Like they want to know about you. They want to address you. They want to learn, grow, understand with you. I said there's a lot to that journal aspect in this card, or the prior card, that says there's a lot to uncover. There's a lot to unfold. There's a big story to tell. And you've got somebody who's willing to listen. Scorpio, whoever this is wants to know. They want to listen to what you've got to say, and they want you to feel comfortable in expressing those things without feeling like you're being judged or ridiculed. It's like people who they want to know everything so they can later use it against you, right? This person, I do not feel, is going to do that to you. And I'm going to say, for some of you, if you're going, I don't care about love, I'm not in love, I don't want to be in love, that's cool. That's totally cool. That's you. But also understand that love is not just romantic. This could be a friend coming into your existence. This could be family that you're reconnecting with for the first time in 20 years. There could be so many different things, but love is still love. It doesn't have to be, let's go to bed together. Love is love. Okay? So please discern that accordingly. But there is somebody here who is totally mystified. Like, there's something about you, and I'm going to use this word yet again, like for the 4th reading in a row, I think. Something very magical about you, Scorpio. Something that within you, it can't be seen somewhere else. It is that sparkle. It is that shine. It is the way, maybe you wrinkle your nose. Maybe it's the way you say a certain word. Maybe it's the way you carry yourself. But there's something about you that speaks to that and speaks to them. And they're willing to explore that. They're very curious, very mystified by you. They want to know more. They want to see more. They want to address more. And they seem to come in very kindly. Okay? So be aware. And again, it doesn't have to be romantic love. It doesn't mean you're running off and getting married next week. So settle down, people. Settle down. All right, I'm going to go back to the money aspect. We're going to wrap that part of it up and move on through here. For Scorpio, spirit, career, and money. Career and money. Scorpio, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Wheel of Fortune, almost. This is karma. Scorpio, you are karma. You moving on, elevating in career is karma. This is a spiritual, I'm going to put it this way. Scorpio, spirit sees everything that you have done. They see every bit of work, every bit of learning, every bit of alchemizing that you have done. They've seen you in your darkest form. They've seen you in your lightest form, and they want to uplift you in that light. What are the odds? You've got 2 cards of Cancerian energy here too. 2 white horses in this spread for you for money. 2 dark horses. Scorpio, in regards to money, you could be dealing with 2 separate situations. You could be dealing with 2 separate employers. You could be dealing with a work employer and a person. Whatever this vibe is, right? Like, whatever this is for you, it's going to be different for all of you. That phase, I cannot emphasize it enough. that phase of your life, while bittersweet, is over. It is done. I will also say to you, some of you could have been dealing with a Cancerian energy who was very fucking dark. Very me. Doesn't have to be a Cancer, excuse me, but it feels that way. Yet another 7 on the table in this. 8, what goes around comes around. I'm so heavy on the numbers right now with this stuff, guys. The Wheel of Fortune is karma playing itself out. And I think that even right now, when it comes to money, so, you know, if you were working on something initially by yourself and you had people come along and go, I want to help you, Scorpio. Let me invest in you. Let me do all of this. Like, this was super, super self-serving on their part. They were leeching. They were mooching. They were, you know, riding your coattails, tagging along for the ride. You know, it's like, I'm going to say, too, right, when we talk about people of prestige, or what was prestige, anyhow, the fall from grace, people will attach themselves to things that they know are going somewhere. They're doing something. So what do? They jump on the bandwagon, right? They want to get close to you. They want to be next to you because your success is imminent here. And you need to be mindful of that, because I also feel like this person, this situation held you back as well. So when it comes to career and money, Scorpio, some of you could be getting promoted. Some of you are learning a new skill. Some of you are maybe upping certifications as well. You have gained masses of knowledge that propel you forward for the rest of this lifetime. Don't let somebody else take that away. And I think in the past, Scorpio, whether this was a confidence thing or not believing in yourself enough, you know, which is confidence, but again, putting faith into other people, and had you put that faith into yourself, how different things could have been sooner. But do not have regrets or remorse around that, because it worked out exactly as it needed to. You learned something through that experience. This person is just now beginning to learn. These people, Scorpio, are just now beginning to learn that Scorpio doesn't need to have somebody by their side. Scorpio is very capable of leading these 2 horses without control, because the Chariot does not hold reins or control. It trusts. It believes that there is something for everybody and they are going their own way, right? It's staying in your own lane, doing your own thing. And Scorpio, that's what you're doing. You're heading forward. You're propelling forward in career and money. And it's been divinely guided. There, look at that, Scorpio. There you are. The Hierophant, the Death card, the Rebirth card, Queen of Wands. You could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius when it comes to this energy. You also have Taurus here, so perhaps another Scorpio, but I'm heavy on the Cancer. But there's also all the fixed signs, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius again. So, you know, this is Spirit, somebody who saw you as a meal ticket, Scorps. And the meal ticket is up. The party is over. The shit is done. And, you know, I don't think that you've ever actually affirmed it to yourself, you know, out loud, that this person was a user or a leech or whatever. And I think that there's been a skewed version. It kind of gives me gaslighting kind of vibes, that somebody, you know, made you feel like you needed them. You know, they seen that lack of confidence in you, so I'm going to attach myself to you and make it look like I'm doing all of these wonderful things for you, but ultimately it's to help myself. And Scorpio, I think that all, you know, when it's all said and done, if you looked at the energetic will attached to this situation between the 2 of you, or this job or whatever it is, you realize that in some energetic way, while they were giving to, you know, saying, you know, I'm going to help you with this, I'm going to be there for you in whatever form that looks like, even in giving money or whatever, it was a toxic tie that maybe they did, you know, maybe you had a rough month and they lent you some money to help you out. There was a condition to that, right? So it kept you tied to them in some way. And by you going, you know what, I don't need the help this month, but thanks for offering this time around. I'm going to figure this out on my own. You have cut the ability for that person to hold control or maintain some sort of presence in your life that they don't need to have. It was benefiting them somehow, some way. Time, energy, attention, again, whatever it is, money, to have you in their corner, or, you know, to keep you tied to them in some capacity. So by you breaking free of this and Spirit overseeing this, this is propelling you forward to make you know, big figures, life-changing figures. This is moving, some of you moving to a new city, getting a new vehicle, you know, just making a move, Spirit saying in general, and leaving that past behind, because you realize that the connections that you had before, when it comes to matters of the heart, Scorpio, they were loveless situations. You were putting work into something that was draining you. Queen of Cups in the reverse, it was emotional manipulation. Five of Cups, how to get to a Scorpio, right? Like, I'm not trying to give Scorpio secrets out here, but we operate on love. We operate on emotions. Obviously, I think that's a telltale sign. We're a water sign, right? And that was manipulated. Your work was being manipulated on an emotional level to somebody else's benefit. The Sun, Scorpio, the Sun. I love it. This Chariot, where is Scorpio heading in money and career? Spirit, where is Scorpio heading? Nine of Swords. Scorpio, stay out of your head when it comes to what you're doing. There might be a lot of hard work you've got to put in, and there could be some fear to the past. That Nine of Swords with the Magician, Nine of Wands, that you can do this. Again, like, you could be, this could be another need for you to play with your confidence and trust, right? That you are working towards your manifestations. You are working towards all of those things. And it's probably going to require hard work. It might require some, you know, late nights. It might require some sleepless nights, Spirit is saying. You may drive yourself batshit insane, you know, and it's a Scorpio thing, I think, too. But I think within a short period of time, maybe 3 weeks, you start to see some type of tangible result, Scorpio. And not just tangible, but also the feeling of how much different life is going to look, or it's already starting to look different for you. And going, you know what, maybe this won't be as bad as I thought, but it's like they just want you to try, right? It's like Spirit's just going, try this, Scorpio. We won't let you down. We won't let you down. It's like, wise old owl. Like, think of all the times that things went favorably to you because of your trust in the divine and how that worked out in your favor. So it's like I feel like, Scorpio, you've breadcrumbed, Four of Cups, Ten of Swords. You've kind of breadcrumbed yourself, too. Like, even if you weren't relaying information to people about, you know, like this person who was potentially using you and whatnot, you may not have had verbal expression with them in regards to these things, or your lack of confidence internally, like your soul knew, or whatnot. So this is Spirit just saying to you, look, like, just try it. It's like, here's the temptation from the divine. Just try this, Scorpio. It will work, and you're going to get to put all the past betrayals behind and step into this Queen of Pentacles energy. Leaving all of that behind, some Gemini energy there. Leaving behind, step into this, step into a more grounded, well put together version of yourself. And I, you know, she is secure. The Queen of Pentacles is super secure. She's built an empire on her own. She doesn't have to have somebody else attached to that. And I think that the attachments to you in the past, Scorpio, have been the one thing that has undermined your ability to succeed. Do it on your own, right? And if friends come along and you can get together and do a thing without you taking the brunt of stuff, great. And if you have partners in life, or a partner in life, whatever, that you want to share in with, and it's equal, then do the thing. But you, Spirit, you first and foremost, everything else is second, okay? All right, when it comes to love, Scorpio, what's coming in for Scorpio? The star just tried to come out. Just saying. All right, Scorpio, for love in the month of October. Seven of Cups. Two or not two? Scorpio, I don't think you trust a damn thing. Some of you could be dating, exploring your options. I think your emotions tend to kick up. I think you try to keep your distance. But the one thing that cannot be ignored here is whoever this is, whatever this is, they're giving to you. And that is the thing, Scorps, that I think you're looking at this going, they do something for me that nobody else has done. You know, maybe, as I said in the one reading, you feel seen, you feel heard. Because I do think they're listening. I do think they're paying attention to you. And you could be kind of nitpicking too. It's like you're looking for some red flags in the Seven of Cups. You're looking for what's wrong with this person. It's waiting for the other shoe to drop. Like, can I trust you? I'm going to keep you over there. Like, I'll talk to you, but you've got to be in the other corner of the room, and I'm going to stay over here, right? So it's, you're being very cautious and guarded about how you let this person in and if it's even worth your time. Scorpio, 9 of Pentacles, I think there's, in the reverse, like I think you're fearful of what that takes away from you. Some of you are very, very focused on money, equal reciprocity. And there is a fear that it will unstabilize your entire life. It's like everything that I've worked to get here, High Priestess, the Star, the Two of Pentacles, everything that I've worked on, every decision that I've had to make to get me to where I am, will this undermine my happiness, my security, if I let this person in? And honestly, Scorpio, I said in the beginning, there was that community card, which to me is the same as the Three of Cups. You've got the Four of Wands, the Moon, the Nine of Cups here. Spirit is just telling you, like, you are going to be happy with this, whether or not this is forever marriage with that Four of Wands, whatnot. This is people, these are people who support you. This is a person that supports you if it's romantic. That they allow you to just feel good about yourself. They allow you to feel good about everything else. And they want you to be the best version of yourself that you can be. Like, they do very much appear to be genuine to me. And I do think that there is some excitement within you that's like, ooh, this is great, but shit, where's the red flags? Scorpio, do not sit around and wait for the other shoe to drop. Don't do it. Don't do it. That shit will manifest because that's where your vibration is sitting, right? Like, you know, we've gotten burnt before with the benefit of the doubt. Like, let's be real. But at the same time, not everybody is the same. But when you've used that philosophy in the past, maybe it did burn you. But again, you're working for more experience this time around, okay? So how does this person affect Scorpio? This person has zero desire to control you. I was going to add, yeah, as I was starting to talk, I was asking Spirit, how does this person affect your finances? Because if you're, you know, your stability and all that. Judgment. This is a release. Like, they let you be you. They let you glow up. They are supportive of what you are doing. And I do feel like for some of them, they are hard workers who really try to make things on their own as well. I think they've also at some point been down on their luck. They're still healing some devil energy, not going to lie to you. But it's like they may not even feel completely ready for you. But I think they also know, Scorpio, that if they pass this up, if they walk away from you and do not have, if they don't try to make that connection with you, if they don't try to communicate and, you know, just, it's almost like they're just trying, if nothing else, to get to know you because they know maybe they aren't fully ready for something, but they also know that there's something about you that stands out, that shines. And I even said sparkles, right? You're like, well, look in this Nine of Cups. There's some sparklies down there. There's something about you that sparkles and stands out. And if they let you get away without even trying, or, you know, having adult conversation with you of, hey, let's work on this, or let's try, right? Like, let's put our best foot forward here. If they let you go, they'd be missing a hell of an opportunity. You know, again, sparkles. Look at the Eight of Wands. There's sparklies flying everywhere there. I do think, what is this devil? They are healing. God, the Tower. I think this person has gone through the school of hard knocks, Scorps. I really do. I'm going to tell you, if they got a divorce or separated or something, it could be like a year ago, Capricorn season. For some reason, Sag, well, you got Scorpio, Sag, and Capricorn season, cheese and crackers. The Tower, Temperance, and the Devil. So there you go, right? Verbatim, right in an order here. Something happened with this person to kind of rock their world, Scorpio. But I also think, ironically enough, you are rocking their world, right? Like, oh shit, there's Scorpio. Scorpio's showing up. If I let Scorpio get away, I'm missing out. You two may help each other heal in some way too, with this Temperance showing itself. Scorpio, yeah, Six of Cups, Queen of Pentacles coming out with the Tower. Scorpio, I just said, that's who you're showing up here as. And even in the dead center of this, the High Priestess of Earth is basically the Queen of Pentacles in that deck. And you are too gorgeous, too put together, too stepping into your power for someone to miss this. I'm going to call it an opportunity of a lifetime. And I'm going to tell you, this again, Six of Cups, past soulmate energy. Something about the loyalty of connecting with you, the idea of just seeing you for who you are and willing willing to really try. And I think this person has been self-made as well. I think you'll talk to them and realize how many struggles they have been through, and there's a reason why they understand you. There's a reason, you know, they may see something in themselves, very different energy here, Scorpio. Instead of looking at you going, I see something in Scorpio that I want, I'm going to mooch off a Scorpio. Okay? This person is looking at you like you are inspiration. You may give them the drive and the motivation to want to do more, to be more. And that's the difference between this person and those past experiences, where, you know, you're looking for a red flag, and they're just genuinely showing up. Okay, so be aware. There's freaking tower again. Oh, Scorpio. All right, general energy, Scorpio. Your whole spirit, your whole X world is blowing up. So Scorpio, the sun. I'm telling you, your finances, anything that you have invested in. And P.S. There's another white horse. Do you see that? There are 3 white horses here, Scorpio. You are divinely guided spirit by 3. Any investments that you have made, honey, darling, like I want to call you all honey, it's all coming together. What you have worked on, you think about the 7 of Pentacles. He has planted his seeds. He has stood around forever, you know, maybe micromanaging finances, you know, fine detailing the work that he's doing. Like, he's like, do you need more water? Do you need more Miracle Grow? Mary, what is with the nursery rhymes? Mary, quite contrary, how's your garden grow? Like, I don't know. Between that and Humpty Dumpty, I have no fucking idea. But okay, there's nursery rhymes here. I don't know, maybe nursery rhymes are going to be something you, Spirit's calling it a signifier, so you may hear it or something like that. I don't know. You know, maybe there's babies coming. Who the hell knows? As I say that, you know, the sun, there's a baby on that card riding that horse. But either way, that 7 of Pentacles, those are the seeds and pleading, I guess, too, of manifestation here, Scorpio. These are the things that you've worked on. These are the things that you've helped to produce, and you see those sunflowers popping out there, right? It's harvest season, Scorps. It's fall, it's harvest season, and you are doing the damn thing. So it's you know, you are reminiscing towards the past. I think you're aggressively going after the things that do make you feel good. I see this Knight of Swords. I can't help but see that card as like an angry card. I don't know why, because it's so aggressive. But Scorpio, I don't think that it's a bad aggression. I think this is you know, maybe online looking, researching, a lot of people reaching out to you, depending on what you do, and going after it, going for it. You know, it's like, I have worked so hard for so long. Like, I am going after what is great, you know, rightfully mine. Scorpio, though, I'm telling you, though, I can't get away from that. There's a 9 of Cups again. You have cut off something or somebody, and that Wheel of Fortune was just showing itself again, that it's divine. Look at that. There it is, showing itself again. Wheel of Fortune, Page of Cups. You have closed, you know, we say it often, but understand karmic cycles come in many forms, in many areas of our life. So it's what cycle are we closing out at that time, right? So be aware of that as well. Scorpio, you have manifested your way out of this bullshit with whoever this is. This person is still angry. This person is still hurt. This person is blaming you. This person is that 10 of Swords, where they've tried to stop your manifestations. And I think the manifestations that they have tried to, you know, I do think that it had some impact on the timing of things working out for you. But, you know, all they have is 10 swords to mend a garden. You've got the fire. You've got the water. You've got the air. You've got the sun. You've got the earth. You've even got the moon, Spirit said. You have every tool that you need to succeed. You have been, Spirit, you have been required to show this person what they lack. And you're also this beacon of optimism, this light of hope, that when you get through the darkest of shit, what good comes out on the other side. There comes that Page of Cups and the 3 of Cups with the 9 of Cups. The Magician, 10 of Wands, is laying down the burdens and coming to a successful conclusion for hope and optimism and dreams and visions and coming together with things that are unifying to everybody. And Scorpio, you know, I think your defenses are up. Don't let those be the things that cut you off. Because you are creating foundations, and it's like, you know, through this pain that you've encountered and had to deal with, you are showing up as the Seven of Swords and the Seven of Wands, but I don't think in the grand scheme of everything that it's bad. I think what that boils down to in October, Scorpio, is you are providing yourself with the resources for what you need in life to move on. I think that for a lot of you too, and I feel it, it's not even just thinking, it's not thinking, it's feeling. Your boundaries are up. Because I think part of this is you're still healing. You're still feeling your way through, again, coming out of that, you know, call it, again, not a psychologist, but PTSD, CPTSD, trauma, triggers, the past pains, the past hurts. You're integrating from that Three of Swords into this new way of life. And it's been a spiritual conclusion, Spirit is saying, of learning not to fight with others, but to fight for yourself. And that Seven of Wands says, I'm going to protect my happiness. I'm going to protect my peace. I'm going to protect the people that support me. I'm going to protect all that I've worked for. And, you know, I don't think that you're aggressively doing it, but I think that if someone side eyes you and gets shitty, you're going to put them in their place. And they're not going to like it, right? Scorpio, keep your balance here emotionally. I think you are, but you're just not going to be tolerant to liars, emotional manipulators, people who take more than they give, people that don't, you know, invest and work. You know, if you got a partner, you want them to work with you in your garden. They, you know, it's like, oh, well, here's Scorpio, go out, work in the garden, make these plants, create these plants, take care of these plants, and I'm going to eat the you know, the goods from it, you know, the zucchini, I don't know, maybe you got a grape arbor, maybe, you know, you've got, I don't know, broccoli, cabbage, tomatoes, whatever, you get my gist. I could sit here and list vegetables all day, but, this is somebody that is, you're just not going to allow people to take from what you've created, this village, this life that you are creating for yourself, and that's just the way that it's going to be. So I like this, Scorpio. I like this a lot for you. You know, no Scorpio reading comes without its challenges. We know this. Scorpio, you're made for this. You were built for this. Is that Ford trucks? They were built for this, or was that Chevy? Hell, I can't remember. Anyhow, you were built for this, Scorpio. Built. All right, advice for Scorpio for the month of October. Hammer, sabotage, rebuild, persistent, working on it, repairing it. Whoever these people are, whoever this person is, pardon me, God, they're so in their shadow side. You thought they were in their shadow side before, Scorpio? Like, I think externally they were in their shadow side, showing you who they were by fucking with you all the time. Now, yeah, there we go, I knew it, the death card. Now their shadow side is like turning on them. That's the best way I know how to put that for you. Where you could see it, you may not see it because you've disconnected yourself from it. So it's like they're turning on themselves. You get a group of people together who are all guilty in some form. They're going to eventually turn on the other one. This case, when it comes to you, I mean, they could have recruited other people and tried to, you know, stir up some shit for you. But there's something about, at this point, it's like they're turning on themselves. It's like a rabid animal. This person is the equivalent of a rabid animal. It's like the rabid animal turns around and bites itself because there's nobody else there to bite. So I do feel like, you know, you are playing the role of karma yet again in some form, going, I disconnect. So as you disconnect, they try to rebuild, repair, realizing this is not ever going to be a thing again. When it comes to your money, finances, like you've cut them off. You see why they've been around, right? You see that. Calls are blocked, numbers are blocked, you know, the work relationship is over. Maybe you unfriend them on LinkedIn or some shit like that. I don't know. But, you know, it is done. So, you know, you're not working on it, and they have nobody to turn on but themselves. Scorpio, middle lane here with the general overall healing heartbreak, toxicity or addictions, abusive relationships. You are healing the heart space. You are mending, you are repairing this life that you've came in here to experience and now to live appropriately by. The dragonfly, this is things coming to light. You're finding things out. You're realizing things. I think this has to do more with you than other people. You're finding out things about yourself. You're finding out your capabilities. You're finding out about your strengths. It's like Scorpio is meeting Scorpio for the first time and going, I'm sorry I never saw you before. So as much, and as I'm going to say this too, as much as I talk about this loving relationship on this other side of this, Scorpio, this could also be the relationship with yourself. You're listening to yourself. You're trusting your intuition. You're trusting your feelings. You're not discrediting what you know to be true. This is also a space of coming out of denial. So it's two-sided situation here, maybe for some of you. Not only a person coming in, but also you learning how to listen to yourself. And for this love aspect over here, Spirit, for Scorpio, advice. See, Scorpio, I feel like you are reserving yourself, like from getting overly excited about things. You card says not today, boundaries and hurt, avoiding conversations, not dealing, still upset, but then with it, evolving and growth, next phase, healing the inner child, releasing the past. This person and you could equally help each other heal. Any other advice when it comes to the person that's coming into Scorpio's life? Mirror, I'm telling you, and there comes basically the Temperance in this deck, the clock and the mirror. Mirroring each other, self-reflection, introspection, inner wounds. You share a history, Scorpio. You share a very big history, whether it's both together and or apart on your own, but also the simple fact that there is a past life connection to this somehow, okay? And clock. Needing time, cycles, and takes time to heal and progress. And, you know, Scorpio, you could have had to go off on different paths in life, right? That soulmate energy. You had to go off, have these experiences with other things and people that this person never could have taught you. It wasn't their job. It wasn't part of their soul contract with you. And also recognizing that in that you both had healing to do. And this person, again, could be coming out of a divorce or a yucky situation or some codependencies, toxicity, themselves, addictions, too, where they've had to learn to heal, and they still are healing from this. And I think you are as well. So this is abundance. Behold the month of November. Scorpio. I have to know. I have to be super nosy for one quick second. No? What are we going with, Spirit? Okay. I have to know. What's going on in November? What's in November for Scorpio? I heard it's exhilarating, and I flipped the deck over, or I flipped the card over that came out. Look at that shit. 10 of Pentacles. Scorpio, I'm telling you. October is a build-up. Scorpio, you are 5 of Swords in the Sun. I don't see that as a bad thing. I'm not actually seeing this 5 of Swords as bad, because he's declaring victory over his enemies. He's declaring victory. He's declaring, you know, the burn. Spirit is saying the burn. You casually outsmart those who think they can defeat you. Scorpio, there's your prelude to November. I love that. Scorpio, this is a work in progress. There's healing that needs to be done. It is that pre-dawn era for you throughout October. Prepare for November. Scorpio, as always, I will continue to get some weeklies out to you. Other signs are slowly making their way out. Scorpio, you came out today, and I knew that was coming. I had that feeling, right? I'm like, Scorpio, I'm so connected to it. I knew it. Like, share, subscribe, comment, guys. I think we're like 30 people away from that 10,000 mark. I'm super excited. Thank you all. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart for all that you do. The videos as part of the memberships are going to start rolling out here. I was hoping to get it done this week, but I'm a little pressed for time. So if not, first thing next week, you'll see those starting to come out as well. Thank you all for your love and support. Bookings of readings are open. Use the email only at this time. I'm updating things behind the scenes as time permits. If I don't respond to you right away in email, know you are in my list. You're in my inbox. I will get to you. I'm sending you all so much love. Thank you for all the ways you support me, support this channel, and each other. Especially in the comments, you support each other, and I think that's fabulous. Sending you all tons of love. I will see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.